Hey guys, thank you for watching the SlatRock channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. And if you've already done so, just make sure that it's still active. Here's your news for September 9th, 2019. We are kicking off with some news about Shane McMahon today. And though we haven't seen much of the best in the world recently, there's a reason for that. Recently, Shane's been doing his civic duty by taking part in jury duty, though it's unclear what kind of case he's dealing with. A fan by the name of Matt Fish was even able to get a photo with the former SmackDown Tag Team Champion in what must be one of the most bizarre places to bump into a wrestler. Though he may be a heel on screen, hopefully Shane will help deliver justice in the case, as official juror is just the latest accolade added to the list of accomplishments for the best in the world. Over to Raw news now, and Bray Wyatt has once again referenced Sister Abigail in a bizarre tweet. Since joining the main roster, Wyatt has often spoke about Abigail, even naming his finisher after her, though little is known about the person itself. One fan theory is that Abigail is dead, and her soul has been contained in the Abby the Witch puppet in the Firefly Funhouse in one of the darkest bits of storytelling in WWE history. Whatever the truth may be, Wyatt's tweet using a quote from Abigail talks about getting to your opponents before they get to you, and could be a reference to Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. With The Fiend set to face the winner of this Sunday's Universal title match between the Architect and the Monster Among Men, could Wyatt be hinting at a post-match beatdown on whoever the champion is? In the tweet, the former WWE champion also speaks about rattlesnakes shedding their skins, which could be a reference to the Texas rattlesnake Stone Cold Steve Austin, who will be moderating the contract signing between Rollins and Strowman tonight. Will the Texas rattlesnake become the latest legend to be attacked by The Fiend? Tune into Raw tonight to find out. From one veteran of WWE to another now, as though Matt Hardy recently had some good-natured fun at the expense of Chris Jericho, not everyone was a fan. Last week, Hardy shared a video on Twitter of him exiting a Longhorn Steakhouse, the restaurant where Y2J had apparently lost or had the AEW World title stolen. Moments later in the video, Hardy runs into the restaurant after realizing something is missing, and he runs back out with his belt in hand saying, "That son of a tried to steal my belt," an obvious reference to the Jericho incident.
Just had a wonderful date night out with my beautiful wife here at a very classy restaurant, as you can see. Hold up. Hold up. That son of a tried to steal my belt. Rebby, where's our limousine?
After some backlash from fans, Hardy took to Twitter to say he wasn't maliciously making fun of Jericho or AEW, saying, "For the record, I'm not making fun of I Am Jericho. I just saw an opportunity to make a cute parody of last week's wacky events and remind people of how entertaining I can be. Chris is a great friend and is an industry master of evolution and reaction. Enjoy!" Even though some fans didn't see the funny side, one person who did was Jericho himself, who called the video outstanding and knows all about poking fun at the competition. Earlier this year, Jericho would sarcastically congratulate WWE for making Brock Lesnar Mr. Money in the Bank, claiming that the 42-year-old was getting his first big break in wrestling. Though it seems there is no bad blood between Jericho or Hardy, it'll be interesting to see how long the higher-ups from both companies will allow their stars to reference the competition, even in a joking way. Well, while Matt Hardy may be having fun on social media, the WWE's legal team have been hard at work, as the company recently filed for a lot of interesting trademarks. One major trademark the company are trying to lock down is Firefly Funhouse, which the company filed a claim for on September 3rd. Not only that, but the company also tried to trademark Yowie Wowie, which could be soon spotted on WWE merchandise if their claim is successful. Sasha Banks may have been a legit boss for a while now, but the company has only gotten around to trademarking her nickname last week, and the same goes for Braun Strowman's nickname, the Monster Among Men. All of these trademarks were claimed for on September 3rd, and are registered specifically within the wrestling subcategory of goods and services. Given WWE's standing as the #1 wrestling promotion in the world, it's unlikely that these trademarks won't be given. So expect to see plenty more Firefly Funhouse, Yowie Wowie, The Boss, and the Monster Among Men merchandise in the near future. One superstar who's found herself in a trademark dispute recently is Becky Lynch, with Ric Flair trying to trademark her The Man nickname, though the Raw Women's Champion has other things on her plate at the moment. At Clash of Champions, Lynch will take on Sasha Banks in the Boss's first title match since her return in August, though The Man has her eyes set on Stephanie McMahon. On Twitter recently, Lynch called out the Billion-Dollar Princess for a match, and though a bout between the two has been rumored for a while now, Stephanie politely turned it down. Not only did Stephanie decline the match, but she also turned her tweet into an advertisement for this Sunday's Clash of Champions pay-per-view, proving that her skills in the company are more about being WWE's chief brand ambassador than being a superstar in the ring. Well, one superstar who knows all about taking on The Man is Lacey Evans, who was unsuccessful in multiple title matches against Lynch earlier this year, but has now found herself a new opponent. Recently, James Mansfield, a drag queen on the popular RuPaul's Drag Race, tweeted a picture of herself on a ring apron, saying she was waiting for a hair versus hair match against the sassy Southern Belle. This clearly didn't sit well with Evans, who said that she would use her hair to choke Mansfield out and take her wig home as a trophy. Mansfield, who was the first eliminated from the show in 2017, was undeterred from Evans' threat, saying her hair is real and from a now bald Russian woman, while also claiming that the former US Marine would be bald herself if they competed in the squared circle. We'll have to wait and see whether this Twitter feud leads to an actual match, but the idea of Evans taking on Mansfield is something that plenty of fans would pay to see. We're looking at news from Rob Van Dam now, and though the former WWE, ECW, and TNA World Champion has clearly done a lot in WWE, one thing he is best known for is smoking weed. A legendary user, Van Dam has spoken to plenty of his fellow wrestlers about the health benefits of marijuana, with one of those superstars being Chris Benoit. Speaking on the Unsanctioned podcast, Van Dam revealed one of his last talks with the Crippler was about weed usage, and though Benoit wasn't against it, it didn't seem like he wanted to try it out. Van Dam said, "I remember telling Chris Benoit in Mexico one of the last times I talked to him, and I was surprised to hear that he was open to it. Not to him taking it necessarily, but him open to the research that I was recording, and he was believing that it wasn't that bad. I don't remember him expressing much interest in his own personal use, but it was something that everybody knew that RVD is a stoner or whatever, and I'm telling him something. I don't know, I get on my soapbox sometimes and I start preaching. Chris was into it and would just say like, yeah, I don't think that's so bad for you. I was just getting through to him and having a conversation, and he didn't disapprove of it." What happened to Benoit's wife Nancy and son Daniel in 2007 was a true tragedy, as the former World Heavyweight Champion's final actions on Earth forever tarnished what would have been a Hall of Fame career. Appearing at StarCast 3 this past month, Benoit's tag team partner in the Radicals, Dean Malenko, spoke candidly about the Canadian's legacy, saying that Benoit was one of the best wrestlers ever, but that doesn't excuse his horrible actions. Even before the pair joined the WWF in 2000 alongside Eddie Guerrero and Perry Saturn, the two would become friends touring in Japan in the mid-90s, and the Man of 1,000 Holds revealed that he still watches matches between the two on the WWE Network. Well, we mentioned earlier that Ric Flair has threatened legal action over the moniker of The Man, and it seems the dirtiest player in the game isn't alone in his crusade. Flair has been calling himself The Man since the 1980s, with his popular phrase, "To be the man, you've got to beat the man," and is now claiming the WWE owes him money for using the name itself in relation to Becky Lynch. Not only that, Flair is also claiming that the friction between himself and the company is having a negative impact on his daughter Charlotte, who is feeling torn between her duties as a WWE superstar and her love for her father. While appearing at ESPN's College Game Day, The Undertaker got a great reception by fans live, and though he spoke about college football, he also spoke about the two-time WWE Hall of Famer. When Flair's name came up in conversation, the Phenom simply stated, "He's the man," as it seems The Undertaker agrees with his old rival on the matter. We'll make sure to keep you updated with this story as it develops, but for the time being, it seems that Flair's claims have been endorsed by Deadman Incorporated. We are looking ahead to this Sunday now as WWE is preparing to host its latest pay-per-view, Clash of Champions. The show, which will take place at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North Carolina, will be the first show under the moniker since 2017 and currently has 11 matches announced for the show. In the main event, Universal Champion Seth Rollins will defend his title against Braun Strowman in what will be the second match of the night for both superstars, who will also defend the Raw Tag Team Championships against Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. For SmackDown, Randy Orton's quest to become a 14-time world champion will see him lock horns with WWE Champion Kofi Kingston in a rematch from the pair's bout at SummerSlam last month. Shinsuke Nakamura will defend the Intercontinental title against The Miz at the show, and the A-lister could make history if he's victorious, as he would tie Chris Jericho's 9 reigns with the mid-card title. Though Kofi will have his hands full with the Viper, the rest of the New Day will also be busy, as Big E and Xavier Woods will defend the SmackDown Tag Team titles against the Revival. Roman Reigns will hope to get some revenge on the man behind the attacks on him, Eric Rowan, while Drew Gulak will hope to defy the odds when he takes on Lince Dorado and Humberto Carrillo with Gulak's Cruiserweight title on the line. On the women's side of things, Sasha Banks is hoping to cement her return to WWE when she takes on Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch, while Banks' bestie Bayley will hope to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair, who is looking for her 10th title reign in her career. WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss will put their gold on the line when they face Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, and the show will also see the finals of the 2019 King of the Ring tournament, with the finalists being decided on this week's Raw and SmackDown Live. Though 11 matches have already been announced, not all titles are currently being defended, as United States Champion AJ Styles and 24/7 Champion R-Truth are currently without opponents, though that could all change this week before Sunday's Clash of Champions. And finally today we're looking at some news from Sasha Banks. As though the boss has a huge week ahead of her, she still had time to showcase her beauty on social media. On Twitter, Banks sent out herself in a hot outfit with her new blue hair, with the caption, "You ain't never seen a fire like the one I'ma cause." It's clear that the 4-time former Raw Women's Champion is confident she will regain the title this Sunday, and her tweet quickly caught the attention of the animal, Batista. Batista, who retired at WrestleMania 35 earlier this year, simply responded with, well, #DreamChaser, as it seems the former World Heavyweight Champion is on Banks' side. Though he may no longer be a wrestler, it's always great to see the Marvel megastar comment on WWE, and he'll probably have plenty to comment on this Sunday at Clash of Champions. Well guys, that's our news for today. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to check out our previous video, 10 huge, shocking WWE 2019 rumors you need to know about. Also check out our other high-rated videos by clicking at the upper right-hand corner or down in the description field. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and the bell icon so you don't miss a single new video. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and as always, thank you for watching.